Well, hello everybody. How are you? Welcome to the fun zone where Uncle Bruce likes to watch markets in the pre-market go. "Whoa." How you doing? It's Monday, June the 13th, 2022, and Jennifer and I are in Vienna, Austria. We arrived here on Saturday from Munich. We took the train, the high-speed train, and fantastic. The views are stunning. It's the first time since leaving Canada that I have seen mountains. I actually got to see just a few mountains, an hour or two away from here. As we were coming in, we were heading east from Munich. We were heading east here to Austria, and south of here there be mountains. We know we're going to see mountains next week. We're heading to Switzerland, so yeah, we're going to be in the mountains. But it was the first time because we had been in England, in London, Edinburgh, and Amsterdam. That's sea level, folks. Hamburg is sea level. You're not going to see any mountains there. You want to see mountains at sea level, you go to Vancouver, British Columbia, and you will see mountains right from downtown Vancouver, all around you. Stunning. And of course, Seattle's stunning as well. Welcome to the show. We are down to start the day. We have been down all night last night with pre-market activity, and we're just going to be watching the carnage. How far does it want to go? How nervous are investors? How nervous are hedge fund managers? How nervous are pension fund managers and mutual fund managers? I would say that for the most part, 90 to 95% of the people who manage trillions of dollars and yen and pounds and euro and you name the currency, these folks aren't nervous. They're quite attuned to what's going on. They have all kinds of sheltered bets out there. There are derivatives everywhere to protect against violent moves in markets. But there are a handful, and that's why I say 95%, maybe 97%, but there are a handful of aggressive hedge funds, and there always are. Let's not kid ourselves. There's always aggressive hedge funds, but there are a portion of aggressive hedge funds who are likely getting their butts handed to them this morning because they're on the wrong side of trades. The Dow off at the moment 600 or 518 points in the pre-market. I've seen it as bad as 800. It's now 518. We got S&P down 81 and we have NASDAQ down 318. In percentage terms, the Dow is off 1.63%. We got S&P down 2.09 and we have NASDAQ off 2.69 percentage points. It's not like a terrible drubbing or anything like that, but it is a continuation of the sell-off we had last week, where on Friday we did drop 800 points. I think it was Wednesday. I had predicted we might drop 500, and we did. Or was it Thursday? The days just blend into each other. It was a bad week this week, and it's going to start as a bad week this week. Now, how far further can the markets go? That's a question to be answered depending on how many sellers want to be sellers, how many holders of securities, stocks, want to be cash heavy or heavier and stock lighter. It's nothing complicated, and I wish I could give you specifics, but you try to read the mind of a pension manager in Hungary, a pension fund manager in London, England, pension fund managers in Japan, then the U.S. and Canada, and everywhere else in the world. Every country is looking at this economic adjustment going on here with higher rates and higher inflation. They're looking at it from their angle and their point of view. And that's all they can do. They can try to guess what American pension fund managers are going to do. They can try to guess the direction of interest rates. How aggressively will they run? How far will they go? When will they top out? What will create a plateau? Inflation, you tell me. They'd love to know. Does anyone have an 8-ball that'll tell them exactly what's going to happen with the inflation rates? So we found out Friday when we were presented with the 8.6% inflation number for the USA, then inflation is worse than we thought it was. It was higher, and the hope was we were going to be easing already, and it hasn't kicked in. Now, are we just 1 month too early? That's possible. It's entirely possible that in a month from now, when the next inflation report comes out, it might show 7.3%. Then all of a sudden, everybody goes, oh, well, geez, we overreacted back on June the 13th. We shouldn't have been selling all that stuff. We should buy it all back. Between now and July 13th, we'll keep you posted on what's going on. There will be gyrations every day between now and then. And that's the market. Welcome to the stock market, kids, where anyone's feelings are your own, and the market goes in whatever direction it goes in because of the majority of the participants. And you have to figure out whether you believe it, don't believe it, think it's worse than where it's at, better than where it's at, going to get better, going to get worse, or not going to change whatsoever. Welcome to the playing field that everybody comes to. And it doesn't matter whether you're from a red wing state, a blue wing state, you're a communist country, capitalist country, a socialist country, dictatorship, it don't matter. You're all the same on the stock market playing field to guess away what's going to happen. Those of you here who hang out with this old guy, this homeless gentleman and his homeless wife from Canada that are stranded in Vienna right now. Oh, yeah, we're stranded, all right. Welcome to following us. We'll do the best we can to try to interpret for you what's going on. All I can say is one day at a time and one show at a time. In this show, we're likely going to be talking about a down opening. Now, where we go from there, we'll see. The good news for those of you who do watch this homeless Canadian, many of you who follow me, you've changed in the last year and a half. Many of you really changed the way you invest now. You used to be either not involved in the market whatsoever and had no idea what was going on. You had limited exposure to the markets. You were involved in the markets, but didn't really realize how much until you self-analyzed your portfolios and found out, oh my God, I got all kinds of money in the market through my 401 and my IRA and my employer savings thing. And I had no idea that a lot of my wealth was tied up in the market. And a number of you have decided that by listening to this old man talk away about what's going on out there to become more involved in your investments. And some of you have decided I am taking control of what I'm going to be doing here because for the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I have left my investments in charge of people I don't know, organizations I've never heard of, through my employer or through my bank or through my whatever. And I have not been all that impressed with my overall returns when I see and I hear on the media about how the Dow Jones went up so many percentage points in the last year, or over the last 7 or 8 years, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow have all moved up this much. And my investments have moved up half as much. And I'm asking myself, what's wrong with my money? How come my money won't perform like these other indexes are performing? And so you've decided that after listening to me and watching some of my classes, hopefully all of my classes, you are educating yourselves on just what is going on. Hopefully it's been working for you on the website that I have. That the classes have been really helped you, have really opened your eyes to the bigger picture of what's really going on. And you now are getting the idea, you understand now why. What happens in Beijing can change the direction of the Dow Jones index right away. And what happens in Sydney, Australia, and in Hong Kong, and in Pretoria, and in Rio de Janeiro, and in London, and in Pittsburgh, and in Toronto, and wherever, can really move markets. You're getting it now, and you're beginning to, and you have begun to start writing options against stocks you've had for years. You had no idea that you could do this and actually bring money in, you can, in effect, charge a rent to your stocks for holding them because you've been paying years and years and years management fees to hold the investments you're holding. And now it's time to get some of those fees back, if not all of them, plus a bunch more. And you figured out, yes, I am going to learn how to write options. I'm going to do it in a conservative way. And I'm going to bring money in because, damn it, I'm sick and tired of getting being handled like a second banana. So many of you have told me privately and here on this chat thing here about how many dollars you guys have in the markets, and you don't get any personal service from anybody. No one ever contacts you from an investment firm to talk to you about your investment. And when they do, they talk to you like you're a child. They talk to you like you don't need to know the details. Just sign this document or click yes to this email request, and we will put your money to work where we feel it'll be best for your circumstances. Then you never hear from them again. And you guys are getting these returns that are wishy-washy at best, and you're wondering, how am I going to retire? How the heck am I ever going to stop from my job? A number of you, there's a pattern beginning to form as well. I'm beginning to hear this from some viewers, but I'm also getting this from people I know and that I talk to from time to time. And you might already notice this yourselves, or you know of someone, or you're aware of someone that's run into a scenario that is beginning to pop up now. And that is, in the last month or two, with all of this interest rate and inflation uncertainty and the supply chain difficulties, and now we're hearing about how corporations are coming out and telling us that their numbers for the third quarter or the fourth quarter might not be as projected, as good as projected. So gross sales might be lower, or net profits are lower, or net margins are less than anticipated. So they're selling more at higher prices, but lower margins, and the net profits aren't going to reflect a higher, all kinds. You're hearing all of this. But the thing you're also beginning to hear, and I'm beginning to hear it loud and clear because I sense this, some of you are beginning to hear rumors and facts from people you know who are saying to you, I've heard that company so-and-so is talking about a hiring freeze, or they've enacted a hiring freeze, and or you begin to hear stories about furloughs. You're hearing now the beginning of the cycle where, rather than every single company out there is desperately trying to hire people, there are many still trying to desperately hire people, but there are now more and more companies beginning to think about holding up because they begin to see the slowdown and the impact of various parts of the economy acting in different ways. This is completely normal. This is commerce 101. This is how it works. Private businesses, public companies, can make moves very quickly that governments can't do. And so there are more and more people out there who are letting me know that they're hearing of friends, relatives, associates, former coworkers, and in some cases personally, they're beginning to get the impression that their days might be numbered at work, that they might be let go, they might be laid off, or they might be their department might no longer exist anymore, or their company might be up for sale, merge with another outfit, and their futures are limited. And so more and more of you are reaching out to me saying, listen, you keep talking about this idea about becoming self-employed, becoming, my own boss, either through my own career or taking control of my investments and making my investments pay me money. I want money from my investments. It's time to pay me, baby. And you keep telling me that it's possible that I could make enough money from my own investments where I could theoretically either give up my day job, not worry about losing my day job, or I could transfer transformed from being a paid employee of company whatever to become a free agent consultant or at home worker, or I could completely change careers and I could take some time off and say, I'm just going to work at a Starbucks for 6 months for 12, 14, 18 bucks an hour, whatever they're paying. I'm going to put in 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, 16 hours a week, little side money over here, interaction with people. And I'm going to de-stress from this crazy career I've had. And I'm going to write options. I'm going to learn how to do this with Uncle Bruce so that I'm working the Starbucks stuff, maybe Saturdays and Sundays and a couple of evenings during the week. Maybe not. It's everyone out there has their own, unique take on what they're going to do with themselves. But I'm getting more and more of you who are saying to me, your words are coming back to me and they're really resonating in my head right now. I want to talk to you, Uncle Bruce, about the idea of taking control of my financial affairs and getting away from this crippling job I have, this crippling career, or this firm that I'm with that is clearly not succeeding like they used to succeed, or new manager, new bosses, and I don't like these guys. I don't like their attitude. I don't like their style. They are clearly interested in promoting up and working with the youngest of the employees, but we veterans, we're being shunted out, and it's just obvious that every week or two, another one of us walks or is asked to walk, bought out, let go, whatever the scenario. And today is the first day where I see the markets reacting in a way, this pre-market action. This is a global sell-off. This is not a USA, Canada thing. It's not our fault, okay? This is global. We've got Asian markets under tremendous pressure, European markets under pressure, and North American markets under pressure simultaneously. Rates are rising globally. These aren't just USA rates only. It's a global thing. Currencies are falling again against the US dollar because everybody runs home to mama. They run home to the one currency they can count on, the US dollar, when times get shaky. And I'm beginning to see the beginning of a pattern that's telling me that maybe not you who are watching me personally right now, maybe some of you, but a lot of folks that and are aware of are going to get let go. And there may well be a job pullback coming up. Now, look, I don't see full-blown wide-scale layoffs like we did in the 80s when factories closed down and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm not looking for 12 to 14% unemployment. What I'm looking for is a moderation. And what I'm also looking for is a turnover. And the corporate world is ruthless as opposed to government employers. The private sector is ruthless when it comes to deciding what to do and when to do it. And if the corporate world, public companies, private companies, what have you, they want to cut costs, there's one guaranteed way to cut costs if you're a corporation. Costco learned this 35, 40 years ago. This was Costco's founding document. If you ever get a chance to talk to, which none of us ever will, but you ever get a chance to talk to the people who created Costco when they merged with Sam's Club or Priceco, they were merged with Priceco in Seattle, became Costco. Costco set the bar way back when, and they probably weren't the first. They were probably imitating others. And all their entire attitude was simply, look, we've got managers and top-notch people at the upper echelon who are running the show and setting the bar. This is what we want done. Then we have 90% of the people below us. The rest of those are the army ants of Costco. All the folks you and I see at the cash register, the folks we see driving the forklifts, the folks at the back of the store helping trucks in and out, those folks, the grunts who are well paid and they've got great benefits and they, generally speaking, love working for Costco. Those folks, if you pay very close attention, they are under 35 years of age, and they're definitely under 45 years of age. Very, very few Costco employees on the front line, the bottom 80% on the floor, are older than that. And it's simple. It's a simple reason why. It's nothing personal. Okay, this is just business. Just like The Godfather. It's not personal. The reality is that employees that are under 35 have fewer sick days. And if they do have sick days, they're let go until you find healthy ones. They recover faster from muscle pulls and backaches. And they rarely have a scenario where they get so ill that they have to be looked after for years and years on a medical plan. Older employees, 45 and up, going into the 50s and 60s, people like me, we start to develop health issues because we're aging out. It's nothing personal. It's just the way we're made. And Costco cannot have 66-year-old guys at the cash register. There's no way. Even if I had a back brace on for that, and I had knee braces to help me stand up, there's no way I could do that job. I'm not fast enough, and I don't have the endurance to do it. And so you've got these 20-somethings and 30-somethings at the Costco's, the Sam's Clubs, a lot of your grocery store chains, a lot of the Walmarts out there. You have younger people doing a lot of physical labor type jobs. And this is why corporate Canada, corporate America, what are we after? What are they after? Imports. They're looking for new immigrants who are in their 20s and 30s who can put in those 8, 10, 12, 14-hour shifts. They have the physical endurance to do it. Those of you out there who are watching me here, you're not 20-somethings. There's a few of you. Yeah, there's some young ones here. But generally, a lot of you who are watching me are now in your 40s, and you are managing some cash. And some of you in your 40s and 50s have had your life changed dramatically in the last couple of years, in that you are now handling, you didn't want it, but it came to you. You're handling grandma and grandpa's affairs. You're handling your parents' affairs. You're handling a brother or a sister because they are in rough shape for whatever reason. You have been tasked with being the dad. You're the mom, the dad. You're the matriarch, the patriarch, and you didn't want it. You didn't ask for it, but it fell on your shoulders, and as a family obligation, you're doing it. And a number of you have reached out to me privately to say, Bruce, I got to have a one-on-one with you. I need to have a chat with you because I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And I'm afraid of making mistakes, and I don't want to foul things up because it all falls on me, because I'm now responsible for my mother and father's well-being, financial well-being, which means the inheritance to my brothers and sisters is now all on me. And I need your help. And in markets like today, even more so. And so we've seen a shift in the last little while. The markets have been terrible this year. We know that. We're hearing now that the NASDAQ is approaching 30% in losses. We're into bear territory on the S&P 500. And we're watching the markets back off. And as option writers that many of you are becoming, you have found a way to negate some of the negative losses on the markets by writing calls, out of the money calls, a couple of weeks down the road or longer, and you're noticing how they back off when the markets back off. You buy them back for fractions of a penny. You write additional calls again. You've written one that was 4 weeks out. Now it's got a week to go. You buy it back and you write another 4-week contract, and you rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. Those who do nothing, which is what you were 2 years ago, did nothing. You just held what you had, not even knowing what you had. You suffered the ups and downs of the markets. And how many of you remember back in 07, 08, 09, when the financial meltdown took place and you were getting those statements in the mail telling you what your IRA is doing and your 401k? You didn't want to know. You didn't want to look at those numbers. They were awful. Now that you've taken control of things, you're in a whole different ballgame. And I congratulate you all for doing this. It's this is what you got to do, because you're not going to get a call from a senior portfolio manager anywhere to help you with either your money that you're managing or family money that you're managing. You're just not. You're on your own, kids, and it's time to get the best share of returns. Welcome, one and all. We are 33 minutes away from opening this market. My goodness, we're off 580 on the Dow still, 89 on S&P, and 334 on NASDAQ. From what I can see here, I'm going to double check my phone. Yep, that is correct. It is not getting better. We're down $1.77 on the crude oil price. Texas, 118.88. We're still $20 too high. At a minimum, we're $20 too high. We may find this week we drop $5 or $10 a barrel. We may just do so, because in Europe, I saw a headline this morning saying gasoline sales are tapering off. They're not as high as expected. The thought was that Europeans, like Americans, Canadians, we're getting out. We're going on the road, baby. Europeans are going on a holiday, but they're not driving the car as much as was thought. They're taking trains. They're doing vacations closer to home. They're not driving as much as thought. This is an interesting dynamic that's going on here. If Europeans are already backing off and they're used to high energy prices, this is nothing new for Europeans. $8 gallon gas is nothing new for them. They're backing off. It begs the question, what is the magic number going to be in North America to cause North Americans to go, oh, that's it. We're not taking that 1,000-mile trip. 500 miles out, 500 miles back. Not gonna do it. Not doing it. We're gonna do a trip much closer to home this year, this summer, and we're gonna have just as much fun. But we're not gonna travel halfway across the country this time. Not a chance. These prices are ridiculous. We don't want to waste the vacation money just on gasoline. I'd rather use the vacation money for a hotel stay, a resort, fun for the kids, play some golf, whatever it is. So it might well be that a visit to grandma and grandpa next state over might be the game plan. It might be that a lot of folks are looking at Airbnb vacations 200 or 300 miles away from where they're at in a different area, different community. And it might also be that what might be really happening is a lot of Americans and Canadians are going to take a vacation this summer, but it isn't actually just a vacation. What it is a scouting trip, and they're going to go to another area of the country, close-ish, not too far away-ish, that they might move to, and they're going to do a test run and do a 1 month or a 2 week or a 3 week Airbnb stay in an area of the country that they're thinking they might want to move to, and they want to be there for a little while to get the lay of the land and what it's like around here on a weekday, what's it like around here on weekends, what's it like around here, generally speaking, for shopping and schools and medical and crime rate and that might be happening as well, rather than let's just go across the country and go to Yosemite and let's go to Yellowstone and take the trailer with us, and we'll get 11 miles to the gallon, and we'll put on 2,000 miles, 2,200 miles at 11 miles to the gallon. That isn't happening. I don't think that's going to happen in the same way as before, which will be interesting for oil and gas prices as the summer goes on. Because if enough Americans and Canadians are saying, no, I'm gonna buy oil and gas this summer, yeah, but only about half as much as I was thinking of, and the other half go and do just as whatever they were going to do anyway, we may find that a 5 to 15 to 20% usage rate has dropped off on fuel. That will move this oil market dramatically lower. Dramatically. We'll wait and watch for that. All right. Where are we at here? Got Gamestop right now, 120.65. We're off here, 739, 844. It's jumping around. Hang on a second. Let me just get a refresh here. I'm showing volume of 68,000 shares in the pre-market. It's not like there's a stampede of investors dying to get out of GameStop, but there are definitely not a stampede of buyers dying to get in to GameStop. And so with this pullback, buyers of GameStop are doing this. They've learned the art of what stock markets with Uncle Bruce have figured out. The followers of this channel have learned how to fold their arms, and the buyers are folding their arms, going, "I'm in no hurry to buy anything right now. Why would I be the guy paying the most? Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to wait." And so sales have come through this morning, and buyers have been reluctant to get aggressive. Looking at Rocket Lab, we're down 18 cents to 404. We've got SoFi down 35 cents to 559. We got deals all over the place here. GameStop right now 120 down 909. We're now 28 minutes to go before we trade. AMC down 71 cents, 1172. Matterport down 9 cents to 410. 23andMe up 20 cents to 241. I noticed this morning, an hour and a half ago, maybe even longer, I noticed that ME was at 260, 262. I couldn't figure out what the heck is going on. 369,000 traded. If anyone has anything about it, let me know. If you know anything about it, I was looking up headlines this morning. I was looking up press releases. I was looking up anything. I couldn't find anything on ME, but there must be something going on. If anyone knows, please do tell me. I see a headline here that says, "Here's what Kramer has to say about Zuora, Johnson Controls International, and more." And more, including 23andMe? Did he say something? Does anyone know? Let me know if you know, okay? There's only so much I can follow at one moment here. We've got Spire down 3 cents. We have ATIP down 9. SmartRent, I have no trades yet in the pre-market. Cyxtera down 20 cents at 13.30. Apple down $4 to 133.13. I've got Goldman Sachs down 8.51 to 278.51. We were at 325 last week. Amazing. Cisco Systems down 79 cents to 42.71. Tesla down $30 to $666. They've announced a 3-for-1 stock split. That'll probably be done through the summer. ARC Innovations down 230 at 37.81. We've got Microsoft down 628 to 246.71. Bed Bath Beyond down 36 cents to $6.76. We have Pfizer down 87 cents to $49.10. HPQ down 88 cents to 34.40. Carvana down $1.47 to 20.54, and Twitter down 72 cents to 38.26. How quickly have things changed from where a billionaire was thinking of buying Twitter for $54.20 a share? It's trading at 30 whatever, and there's just no talk about that deal right now because there's a whole lot of other stuff on the table that we're wondering about. One unbelievable morning. We're down $10 now on GameStop in the pre-market at $119.10. Now, those of you who have, like I said, have written $100s to $150 contracts on GameStop, I mentioned this on the Gold Bagel Member Trade Alert show this morning, which we did quite a while ago. My advice to you, if you want my piece of advice, is I would take a look at where your stock obviously was Friday. Where were your contracts on Friday? Take a look at contracts that were $10 further away from the money to see what your contract would have been trading at on Friday night had the stock been $10 lower. And then add another 5 or 10% into the drop from there, because it is now Monday, not Friday afternoon. And then think about this. What if the stock were to drop another $5 or $10 this morning at any time? That's the stink bid you want to put in, if you're thinking of putting in a stink bid. So think about the fact that what would your contracts be trading at if the shares were to hit 115, 111, somewhere down there? Went down that far from 119 down to the 111 range. What would your contract go down to? And is that a price you're prepared to pay back your contract for? If you are, put in a stink bid, a dime above a nice round number. So That number's supposed to be $2, make it 210. Supposed to be 150, make it 160. Supposed to be 3, make it 310, and so on. And put in your super stinky stink bids. So remember, on this channel, the new slogan is "Stink bids save lives." And we'll see if this works out for any of you on this wild and wacky opening, which we will see in about 23 minutes. We'll figure it out. The Dow right now down 602 as we go a little bit lower. Could we open 1,000 points lower on the Dow Jones in the first 15 to 30 minutes? Yes. Will we? Don't know, but we're certainly more than halfway there at this moment in time. And so it's possible that GameStop might open at 120.22, try to go to 125, and then go down to 115 in a real hurry, and maybe even lower than that for, I don't know, 10 minutes, an hour, the rest of the day. Could we come back to 120 and then tomorrow open at 115 and go down to 108? Could happen too. This offers you the opportunity out there where, one, if you get enough of a dip this morning, you could scoop back these in the money calls that might not be in the money anymore, or will be much, much less in the money, that die this Friday, for example. You might be able to buy some at a really good price from panicky holders, because there are every single person that's long GameStop calls right now, they're sweating bullets right now. They're looking at that pre-market going, oh my God, it's down $10. My contracts are going to get hammered on the opening. Yes, they are. And time is running out every day. So you might be able to buy back your calls for a nice cheap price this morning. An hour later, 2 hours later today, you may find the shares recover somewhat. You might pop another contract on there that are 115s, 120, 125s, 130s, I don't know, for this Friday, next Friday, Friday after. And later today or tomorrow, go with another wave. Guess what you're doing? You're buying them back again. So take a look at that, all right? All right, thank you, everybody. I'm way behind on your comments. I want to say thank you for your patience. I just haven't had time to read any of these. We got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of folks are excited because the market is definitely going to open lower. And as option writers, you know, you're ready. So way to go. Thank you, everyone, for being here. The usual suspects are here. If you're new to this channel, you've never watched me before, you're wondering, who is this moron? Apparently he's a homeless Canadian old man with lots of forehead in Vienna. What am I wasting my time for with this guy? He doesn't have any charts. He doesn't have any fancy graphics going on. I mean, what am I doing with this guy? Well, you know, you're here for the company. We're here for the jokes. Or are we? We're here to, in plain English, try to figure out what's going on with the market. That's all it is. Nothing. There's no over-promising going on here. We're trying to figure out just how ugly is this market going to be, and why, and how, and for how long. Is this a 1 week lousy market, or is this a 6-month grind, or what? I don't think it's going to be a 6-month grind, but things happen a lot faster now than they used to when I started as a broker back in the 70s. If you don't know, I used to be a stockbroker. I started in 1979. I had clients. I became a desk trader and a stockbroker simultaneously. I was doing both jobs. Then I became branch manager of a brokerage firm. And at one point, I was managing 25 sales guys and girls and 15 support staff and an office of like 40 people. And I held the license for the province of Alberta out of Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. And then I took a company public with a buddy of mine. We created our own business, and eventually we created a public corporation, which we listed. Ran that for a few years. Then I was we sold that off after a while, and then I was a mutual fund license holder for a while. And then ultimately, eventually, I and my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, Auntie Jen, and our daughter, Auntie Jen Jr. That would be AJJ, wouldn't it? Auntie Jen Jr. AJJ. So UB, Uncle Bruce, AJ, Auntie Jen, and AJJ, Auntie Jen Jr. We all moved to the Cayman Islands together. And I was an offshore asset manager there for a few years. And then I was a consultant, an offshore asset consultant for a number of years after that. So I have a lot of experience in the business, and the markets from the public market side. Being the president of a traded company, I had to do all that stuff. Being the VP of a brokerage firm, had to learn all that stuff. Then offshore finance, had to learn all that stuff. And eventually, all the hair fell out that I used to have here. I used to have a head just like the guy, that British actor that the gals seem to love. What's that guy's name? The British actor that the gals love. Jen, what's the name of that British actor that the women just love? He has that full head of hair. Hugh Grant. I had hair just like Hugh Grant. My entire life, right up until 20 years ago, I looked just like. No, I didn't.
Yeah, and I look just like Elizabeth Hurley.
Do you hear that? Jen says I used to look like Elizabeth Hurley. Okay, I didn't look like that. I felt like I looked like that. All right, it felt good. But anyway, here we are, and we're plugging away as best we can. We're trying to cover the markets in plain English. For those of you who've never been here before, a lot of the folks who found this channel a year and a half ago originally found this channel because of GameStop, the shares of GameStop. They went stupid last year, a year and a bit ago in January. And I went live at that time to try to explain what was happening in the marketplace and what was happening from the broker's side, and what was happening from the client's side, and what was happening from the regulator's side, and everything else. But as time went on, and this channel sort of simmered down a little bit, like all the other channels calmed down, I began to bring to your attention the idea that, and the notion that you could consider the possibility of making money in the stock market, no matter which way the market goes. So if the market wants to go up, you can make money. The market doesn't want to do anything for a while, you can make money. If the market wants to go down, you can make money. And I began to explain to the viewers of this channel just how stock options work from a writing the options perspective, being the writer of options, really concentrated on that. And then last year in July, a year ago now, just about a year ago, I started to put classes on my website. I have a website that I created called stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. There it is right there. That CA means Canada, CA. And if you go there, you will then see my web page. Here it is right here. This is what it looks like if you ever go to it. There's my web page. And if you go to the classes banner, you can see on the top left there, it says home, about, classes, events. Go to classes, you'll see this, and then you'll see this. You can scroll down and you can see there are lessons available on how to write options and all the little strategies and how to do it, and puts, spreads, rollovers, mistakes you want to avoid. It just goes on and on and on and on. And a lot of the folks who watch this channel now have taken these classes. Some have been, a number of the folks who are here have literally been in the classes when they were broadcast live, because that's how these classes are created. They're broadcast live to students who like to be in attendance. And then I have the live version edited down to a concise format, which is now on the website. And a lot of people have watched both. The folks who are here, a lot of them are live class session members, and a number of those who are here have found my website and have found this channel and enjoy this channel because they're now watching these classes at their leisure. So if you'd like to learn how to write options, you like to learn how to make money in the market, no matter what direction it goes, you want to learn the pitfalls of options, the advantages, the disadvantages, everything to know about options, strategies, stink bids, stink offers, emotion, how to read your opponent, all of this stuff. There's about 25 to 26 hours of classes available through those, and you can watch one at a time whenever you want. And if you want to start at class number 1 and go up to number 13, or you want to start at 13 and go down to number 1, or you want to go number 5, number 4, number 6, number 3, number 7, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. You're probably better off, if you're new to this, start with class number 1, then do class number 2, then do class number 3. And you'll begin to figure out real quickly, if you start watching these classes, that this discussion over here, all this the talk that these people, it'll make sense to you. You'll go, oh, that's what they're saying. Oh, now I know what they're talking about. That's what that means. Out of the money, in the money. Oh, I get it. Everyone gets it. There's a moment in time when, if with the options market, a moment will happen where you'll go, oh, I get it. I understand it now. Now I know what they're talking about. And that's when the next comment from your lips will be, I can't believe this is legal, because I can't believe you're allowed to do this, because I thought only banks could do this. I thought only brokerage firms could do this. I didn't know that I could do what hedge funds do in my account without it being a $1 billion account. I had no idea that I could do exactly what the pension funds do, the hedge funds do, the mutual funds do, all the insurance companies, the bankers, all of these entities around the world do hedge trading, derivatives trading, and options trading all the time. And now people are going, you mean I can do it with just one options contract? I just need 100 shares of a company's shares, and I can write an option on that stock? How do I do this? Well, check out the classes. Make your investment. Each class is $100. But I can tell you that if you take these classes, you'll be into them for what, $1,300 over, probably it'll take you like a month or two if you take your time, which is fine. You will earn that money back so quick, it'll make your head spin. You're just not going to believe it, because you hang around with these guys, you'll quickly figure out, oh my God, these people are making that kind of money every couple of days here. It's unbelievable. Can be done. And then you'll find out the other big answer to life's question. For guys, it's, how do women work? But the big question is, how much money do I need in my control? How much value of stock should I have so that I can be a full-time, self-employed account manager to handle my affairs, so I don't have to have a job with anybody? Do I need $1 million, $500,000? Well, what do I have to do? How do I have to do this? And the good news is it's not a lot of money. No, there are people here who are with me and who are watching occasionally and kind of watching on the side, but they're here, who are trading options and who are writing options on their portfolio, who I will bet you don't even have $100,000 in the market. They might have less than $50,000 in the market, and they're making enough money every month to live on it. It is that it doesn't take a vast sum, and you do not have to go out and borrow money. You don't have to go out and mortgage yourself to the hilt. You don't have to do any of that. You can get into the options market with as little as like $1,000 or $2,000 to start things off with, to get a feel for it. And that's what's been happening here for month after month after month, from about last year, maybe March, April. So it's now been a year and a couple of months, 14, 15 months now, where people have started to learn how to write options and become more and more comfortable with it. And days like today scream at these folks. These folks here can't wait for trading to start. They're just rubbing their hands because they have options out there that expire this Friday or next Friday or the Friday after. And they've written them for juicy premiums, juicy thousands of dollars in premium. I'm talking, there are folks here combined, there could be $1 million in premiums out there right now, just from this channel's viewers. And in the first hour of this morning's market, a whole bunch of these contracts could be scooped up at pennies on the dollar that they sold them for. Because when you create an option, you sell it first. You buy it back later. The object of the game, sell something here and buy it back down here. That's the object of the game. And on down markets like this morning, oh, it's tailor-made for profits to just come rolling in. So there are going to be a whole bunch of folks here who are going to be letting me know, you remember those calls I sold last week or 2 weeks ago, or you told me when GameStop went from 90 to 100 and whatever to roll over those contracts, and I wrote those 150s, I'm buying them back for blah. This is great. great. I love this channel. That's what you're going to see probably today, tomorrow, maybe all this week. Of course, we see this almost every day, so I shouldn't say just today. We get this every day. Welcome all of you to Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain the markets in plain English. And it just so happens that the homeless Canadian with his homeless Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, we are in Vienna, Austria. We're on a holiday right now. And that's the beauty of doing what we do as YouTubers. And it's the beauty of you guys who are writing options using this or an iPad or a computer. You too can go on holidays and still trade the market. It doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to be at home. You don't have to be in a banker's office. You don't have to go see a stockbroker at his or her desk in your hometown. You can do these option writes anywhere you happen to be. All you need is internet and you're in business. Of course, in our case, here in Vienna, Austria, it's 3:22 in the afternoon right now. It's 9:22 in the morning in New York right now. And it is 6:22 in Los Angeles, where my Californians are waking up to the day and getting ready to make money on the markets. It doesn't matter where you are. Just be alive when the market is open. Simple as that. So welcome one and all to the show. I'm glad you're here. He's speaking about me, says Alberto. He turned me from a losing casino player to becoming the casino, and I'm forever grateful. Kind words, my friend, and I'm glad to make this happen. I love it. Wing Commander, let those covered calls sweat. I'm still sitting on July 135s, loads of time, premium still. There you good. It's looking great. We'll see what happens. Options Nomad. This rant never fails to get me fired up and inspired. Neat. I love it. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for those of you who found the time between my rants here to give me a thumbs up. So if you could please help out, help this channel, hit that thumbs up button. DH Ruda has hit the thumbs up button and let me know. DH is number 123. Cam is number 117. Who cares was number 15. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up button and tell me what number you are. The more thumbs ups we can get, the more this channel gets promoted by YouTube to people out there who might just want to become option writers and followers of the stocks that we follow here. So that just helps us promote us. And I thank you for helping out. I see 152 now have come in. They're coming through. Number 154 just came in. Thank you guys for nailing these thumbs ups. We're opening up in 6 minutes for trade. We're going to see how this all starts off. Pickcomb says, I was late 150s. Right on. No worries, my friend. It's all good. If you forget to tell me a thumbs up number you are, it's all right. Just hit the darn thumbs up button. If you've got 2 devices, hit them on both. They're free to give away. They don't cost you anything. Good morning all from LL. Nice to have you all here. All right, so we're going to see how we start trading today. As I say, we've got the Dow down 602. We've got S&P down 89. We've got NASDAQ down 332. NASDAQ is the losing index at the moment, down 2.8%, 2.3 on S&P, and 1.9 on Dow Jones. Yeah, I love reading these comments from people who've done well with options and are now writing them full time. I can't tell you how many times people have sent me private emails weeks after they've started watching me. I mean, weeks, and they'll send me an email and they'll say, I found you because I saw you recommended on YouTube. Obviously, somebody gave enough thumbs ups that they got recommended. I started watching you and I wasn't sure about what you were doing, and I wasn't sure about this, and then I just kept watching, and I took a chance and I bought one of your classes. I just watched it and I just went, oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I heard of this, but I didn't know that. Then they watched another class and another, and they would come to the live shows every day. The comments started making sense, and then they would say to me, because of you, I've reorganized my financial affairs, and I've gotten rid of some crappy investments I've had for years and years that have done nothing but barely hang on to inflation. And I've now shifted my investments. I now am writing options. And because of you, I quit my two jobs. I had a full-time job, I had a part-time job, and I was just struggling to get through. And my investments were drifting along. And now I only have a part-time job because I want one. Others have said to me, I work, but I work from home now because you've inspired me to stay home and work from home. I can make way more money working from home than working in an office somewhere. And I quit the firm I was with and I went to another firm. I get way more money from these guys and I write options, and nobody gets in the middle of my option writing business. So these employers that I work for on the side, I can work for them at 6 in the morning, at midnight, it doesn't matter. I get the job done over there, but I am now writing options. And because of you, will never go back to a full-time job again. And you've completely changed my life. My wife is forever grateful. I'm with the kids. The kids now know their father a lot more. It's phenomenal. It's just so inspiring. And I thank you all. Thank you all for those kind words and those updates. Let's make some money today. We are 3 minutes away from getting this going, baby. Make it happen. Oh my goodness, it's going to be fun. Cindy B says 23andMe. Kramer said at $2, I'm willing to buy the lottery ticket. That's a quote from Kramer today. That's maybe why the stock is up. Is my ME quote accurate? Quite up a bit here. Duncan is number 160. Duncan, how you doing, buddy? Bama Babe. Yep, Uncle Bruce has changed my life. Thank you forever. And Aurora ME is at 236, and that is up. In this market, hello, 23andMe closed at 221 on Friday. Right now, it's at 238, up 17 cents. And we've got the Dow showing a 614-point drop to start the day. So that move on ME is massive. That is a massively good move. 427,000 traded, now 239. Definitely getting an up boost here. And I think you folks deserve this kind of up move on ME because it is ridiculously underpriced. Absolutely ridiculous. Very interesting. That's great to see. All right. GameStop right now, 121.38. At the moment, down 771. We have been all over the map on this. The low this morning got to 119.12 maybe for a little while. We'll see if it can hold 120 very long. We'll know in not too long from now, and within the minute or so when our friends start hitting the bells, we will be up and going. We're going to find out just what kind of market we're in for here. I know it's down. It's just a question of how far down is the Dow going to be. We closed down Friday, down 880 points. And this morning's indications are negative 622. So we are under pressure again. This is a global thing. We'll just see what this market gives us. Cam, good morning. Forgot my thumbs up number. Jennifer, ME is going, wee, Coyote. Uncle Bruce, you also changed my life. Not kidding. Just got off the phone with a manager who chewed me out for something small. All I could do was smirk. Poor fool, thought I needed him or something. JW, Bruce, how much further down can things go before things get bad enough that regular people start getting affected or taking notice? Good questions. Wing Commander, Larry, get ready. Larry Titus has rung the bells, baby. We're up and running. Thank you, Larry, for that. We're on the way. The mic drop is in. We're on the way. We're open for trading. We're down 668 right now on the Dow Jones to start the morning off. And we're down $94 on S&P, and we're down 348 points on NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 2.9%, S&P down 2.4%, the Dow down 2%. And there it is. We'll see what happens here. We've got Matterport at 401.5, down 17. Smart Rent at 501, down 15 cents. I see SoFi down 33 at 561. I got Spire down 7 cents, 142.5. GameStop 123.38 it would appear, and that looks like we're off about 535, 123.74. The high and low so far on GameStop, the low is about 123.14. The high 131.93, and I don't even know if that's accurate. 123.43 down 566. A few more minutes from now, we'll see really where we're at here. We're at $12 on AMC, down 43 cents. We got ATIP down 3 cents to 197. Rocket Lab down 16 to $4.05. Sextera down 59 cents to $12.91. ME up 17 cents, $2.38. Jim Cramer says that's a $2 lottery ticket. I'd take a shot at that. So there you go. Amazing. 831,000 opening trade volume on ME. 235 right now on 831,000 shares. Rock and roll. Pfizer down 94 cents to 48.98. HPQ Hewlett Packard down to 34.53, down 75 cents. We've got Home Depot down 391 to 285. Is this stock finally going to take care of our friend Nick in Blythe? He is due for a win here. Vanik is down 658. SMH, the ETF on for chips. IBM down $1.72 to $134.47. Microsoft down $7.43 right now at $245.44. Apple down $3.79 to $133.34. Goldman down $6.06 to $280.96. Cisco down 34 cents, $43.16. Facebook, Meta, platforms down $4.37 to $171. Amazon down $4.75 to $104.90. We got Tesla down $19.59 to $6.77, and they've announced a 3-for-1 stock split. That'll come up later. Google announced a 20-to-1 stock split, still trading at $2,166, down $62 today. That will split a little later. Bed Bath & Beyond down 32 cents to $6.80. BlackBerry down 24 cents to $5.30. Royal Caribbean down $1.88 to $43.96. Wow, that is backed off. Target down $3.34. JP Morgan down $2.37. Costco's off $10 to $453. Walmart down 60 cents. Nvidia down $6.85 to $162. Disney down to $97, down $2.30. Mr. DeSantis, why are you messing with the mouse? American Airlines down 73 cents to $13.98, under $14. Moderna $3.12 at $124. All right, the Dow right now down 542 at the moment. And we got Nick here. Nick is thumbs up number 166. We've got S&P down 85. We got NASDAQ down 291. And the GameStop at the moment is 124.49, down 460. And we were as low as 119 or so in the pre-market. We'll find out how this works out. Volume so far on GameStop to start the morning off, 276,000 is all we have. And we are backing up a little bit right now. 123.91, 123.36. We're backing up now on GameStop a little bit, down 573. 123.38, 123.46 is where we're kind of in that neighborhood now. 12.02 on AMC, down 41 cents. There you are. There we are. There it is. This is where it's going. Amazing what's happening. And it's just another day in paradise. Now, let me take a look at a few other things on interest rates. The 10-year Treasury for the United States is showing now 3.28%. Now, we were at 3.20, 3.15 last week or so, week and a half ago. We're now approaching 3.3%. That's a 1/5% increase in just the 10-year in a very short period of time. This is a serious move up on interest rates. German rates, 1.6%. They were like 1.3, 1.2. Italy's at 3.95. This is throwing Italy's finances out the window. Government forecasts for Italy are destroyed. They were looking at 1 to 2% interest rates for the whole year, maybe next year 2.5. Now they're at almost 4% now. Their budgets are blown apart. Spain, 2.9%, not good. UK, 2.47%, not good. But it is where it is. This is no surprise. But it's showing it's really screwing up budgets. Euros, 104.61. We were at 107 last week on euros. We've dropped 3 cents on the American dollar. The pound, 121.88. We're down 1.25 pennies today. We were 125 last week. So there's some serious shrinkage going on locally. On currencies, quite interesting to watch. Asia's markets were down 2 to 3%. Europe's markets right now are still down 1.3 to 2.5% across the board. They're not getting any help from the American opening, which now, with the Dow down 564, 1.8% drop on the Dow. First question we're going to have is, once the European markets close for the day, will there be a rebound on the American side? Is this sell-off more foreign dominated than locally dominated? That's one of the first things we're going to wait for. But at the moment, I got the NASDAQ off 285. That's 2.5%. S&P down 88 points, 2.2%. This is pretty heavy here as well. Oil 119.63, down $1 a barrel. We have not yet seen the oil price start to reflect the fact that the investment community at large believes that we're going into a recession and that we're going to need a lot less energy than we thought we were going to need. That has not yet kicked in because oil has not collapsed. If oil were at 65, 75 a barrel now, or headed that direction, then you can tell and you can then see that even the most optimistic analysts out there are saying we're going into a recession and oil demand is going to shrink because of it. But at 119.66 a barrel for West Texas, that's not everybody buying into a recession. You could say, well, Bruce, oil is down because of the war in the Ukraine and the shortage of oil out of, the Russian, blockades and all that. And I could say, yeah, that could be right. But that would add $10 to the oil price, not 30. There's no reason for oil to be trading here at 120 a barrel if it's just a Russia thing. It would have to be that the Middle Eastern producers, the OPEC producers, they've got to be producing less oil as well. But I can tell you they're not producing less in OPEC. They're producing every barrel they can, even though they might have agreed to certain limits. They're pumping this stuff out because places like Oman and Nigeria, the Ivory Coast, Venezuela, other countries, these guys need money. They need all the cash they can get their hands on, and they need to produce oil as much as possible to bring in these $120 US bills per barrel. They're desperate for capital. They are economic basket cases, these guys. They have, in some cases, these countries have more oil than they will ever need to give all of their citizens an incredibly lucrative lifestyle, free healthcare, free education, free everything. But they're run by dictatorships. They're run by socialist masters that control the military, the press, and they jail their political opponents. They won't pass on the wealth to their citizenry because they don't see anyone making them do it. And so they keep it for themselves. And their cronies, their military pals, their secret police guys, they're all living the good life. The top 15% are living the good life. The 85% of the peasants who this resource belongs to are getting screwed everywhere. And so oil at the moment is being produced everywhere you can imagine. It's artificially too high right now at 120 whatever a barrel. It's absolutely ridiculous. I note GameStop just took a little dump down to 117.16. GameStop now down 11.93 a share. It just took a shot while I was ranting and raving about the oil market. I don't have any news as to why it's doing this, but it is backing off, and we are now down to probably around the low of the day. Let me just double check this. 116.91 seems to be the low of the day. 117.14 is where my big S iPad tells me we're trading GameStop at right now. Okay, the Dow off 628, and keep your eyes, like I said, keep your eyes peeled on your options prices for your GameStop. Those of you who are looking to buy back GameStop, But keep an eye that the stock might reach 110. I mean, it's 116.95 right now. It might drop another $7. Look for stink bids down there because you may be shocked at how easily it is to buy them back at a really stupid low price. Keep an eye. $3.94 on Matterport, down 25 cents. Smart Rent, $4.92, down 24. SoFi, $5.52, down 42. Spire, $141, down 9. GameStop, $116.47-ish, $117.34. It's really jumping here. AMC, $11.58. It's down 85 cents. ATIP down 60 to 12. Pardon me. Hang on. ATIP down 9.6 cents to 190. Rocket Lab at 405, down 16. Cyxtera is down 60 to 1290. ME is now unchanged at 221. Even with the Jim Cramer comment that the $2 price tag, $2 lottery ticket is one he'd be willing to bet on with ME. With this market being in such disarray, ME is having a tough time. It's showing now, I think, 223. Maybe it's up 4 cents at the moment. It is backed off from that 230 level. This is where we're at right here, folks. GameStop, what is it doing? It is all over the map. My one machine doesn't know what it's doing. The other machine thinks it knows what it's doing. 116.43 is what I think we have. My phone, for whatever reason, is jumping around like crazy. Now it's got it at 116.43 as well. We are really gyrating right now on GameStop and everything else. Bill, BTC under 24,000. Nick, I am playing Tesla today, Uncle B. Right on, buddy. Home Depot, 283.84 is where I see Home Depot. And Tesla right now, 662, down 33. Austin, SoFi dips to low fives again, and I'm backing up the truck. Alberto, Austin, I'm locked and loaded, waiting as well. Duncan, at this rate, we're going to own it if we keep buying it. Austin, Alberto, you watched a recent interview with their CFO, Alberto. Yes, SoFi is and will be a powerhouse. I am loading up until SoFi's coming out of my ears. Wing Commander is saying these July 135s current spread, 12 to 14.50 is the bid ask. A minute ago, 12.05 to 17.50. That's why you put in stink bids and really cheap ones at that. Tiff, just bought 100 more of ME, Matterport, and Rocket Lab, all near all-time lows. I'm just scoring these things. Right on, Nick. I am buying and selling Tesla over and over again in 100 lot, made so far 510 minutes. Wing Commander, how stinky are you guys going on SoFi? My current buy limit is 501. Might be a tad too stinky. Might be a titch too high or too low. Well, let's see here. SoFi, 556 last trade, down 38. GameStop, 118.29 right now, down 1080. Alberto, Nick, nice work. Nicholas, any calls for Disney, Uncle Bruce? Still avoid the Disney. Don't touch it. Nazareth, short attack on GameStop and AMC, both just dumped. Nick, now the profit meter says I made $1,600 on Tesla. Nice going. Austin, Wing Commander Saga. If it doesn't hit today, it'll probably will this week. SoFi going down for a while. Alberto, Wing Commander, I am buying anything I can write, anything I can while in the 520 and under range. Not your daddy. I wish I wasn't such a serial poor decision maker. Wing Commander, Austin, agree. It broke below the support at around 6. Currently, it is a descending channel. Needs to get above 6 on the daily closing basis to flip to near-term bullish. And Duncan, what about afternoon dip, guys? Wing Commander did not need to roll my 110s last week. Could have bought today with profit. Oh, well, thanks CPI and Jay Powell. We're at 118.72 on GameStop. The 110s, the 115s, the 105s, the 100s are now quickly coming down in cost to consider buying back on rollovers. And the stock can go lower yet for GameStop. Right now, the volume, 557,000. It's all she wrote. The low of 116.26, and we could go lower than that. Right now, 117. We just dropped to 117 in one shot. So it's volatile. Nick says, now it says I've made $26.98 on my Tesla. Right on, buddy. Flipping the Tesla. Way to go. 117 on GameStop, down 1209. I tell you, it's wild. It's wacky. We've got all kinds of speculation and volatility. I'm showing it on one device at 117, another device at 119. It's just crazy, crazy days. What's going on? I'm still waiting to find out if they're going to do any kind of announcement for the split. Is there going to be a stock split on GameStop? And if there is, what's it going to be? That's what we're wondering about. Is there really going to be a is it 4-1, 5, 6, 7? I don't know. Haven't heard anything yet. 118.69 now, down 10.40. Spire 143 down 7. SoFi 560 down 34. SmartRent 501 down 15. Matterport down 26 cents to 393. Dow Jones down 572. There you go. Dirt track, waiting for sub 110 on my GameStop, which is what my GameStop was exercised for a week ago after I sold the calls at $13. Been patiently waiting for this dip to get back in. They might just give it to you, folks. It might just come your way. I don't know if it's today, but we're on our way down here. The stock was 153 last Wednesday afternoon. For about 5 minutes, it was 153. It's now 117.38. So, wow. You can just see how $26 can evaporate just like that in 2.5 days, barely. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for the 175 thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate this. If you're able to throw a thumbs ups our way, please hit that thumbs up button and give us a boost. We do appreciate it. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. What another crazy morning. We're at 220 on ME, down about a penny on the day. We're down 610 on the Dow. And the S&P is officially in bear market territory as we speak. If it closes here, it'll close in bear territory. We'll see if that happens. We're at 118.07, 118.48. We're jumping around on GameStop now, as we usually do, to try to figure out where are we headed here. A most interesting, typical interesting morning. Nick, I've got now $34.98 now. New goal is to make $5,000 today on my Tesla flips. Right on pick nose. The ME is back to 220. Rock and roll. 220.03. Come on, ME. Let's go higher, please. Just go higher. We're off a half a penny right now. Pfizer down 125 to 48.72. HPQ 91 cents lower to 34.36. There are some real entry points coming through here that look really good. Home Depot 283.84. We got Vanik down 720. IBM down $1. Microsoft down 676. Apple down 376. We've got Goldman down 339. That's actually improving. Cisco down 21. Facebook Meta Platforms down 449. Amazon 105.46 down 419. Tesla down $32. Google down 51. Bed Bath and Beyond down 34 cents. BlackBerry down 28 cents. Royal Caribbean down 249 at 43.26. JP Morgan is now, let's see, where am I at here? Here we go, down 197. Costco down 947. Walmart down 97 cents. NVIDIA 886 lower. That's where we're at right now. We're at a 629 drop on the Dow, and we are about 70 points away from the low today. We've been 700 lower today already, and we're dropping now, so we might go lower yet. And there you have it. GameStop 117.73, 117.73 to 79, 117.68, 117.54. We're going lower. We're still above the low of the day of 116.26, by the way. There it is. Not your daddy's SoFi. I hope everything goes to zero. Well, there you go. 628 is the drop on the Dow Jones Industrial. Wow, what a morning. We're off 99 on S&P. That's 2.5%. NASDAQ off 351, which is 3.1% lower. That's 50% worse than the Dow. So the Dow would have to be off 1,000 to match NASDAQ. That's how bad NASDAQ is doing right now. Okay. Good morning from Olivia. Wing Commander, I think GameStop bounced from minor support at 15.16. We'll probably break it and go lower. Nick, my pool paint that I ordered 2 weeks ago still is not here. Supply chain issue at Home Depot. Oh, yeah, baby. Home Depot was going below 260. Coyote, SoFi taking the hammer at the moment. There you go. We've got SoFi now at 547, down 47 cents. We've got GameStop 117.52-ish, 11:30 on AMC. We've got Home Depot down 535 to 283.90. The low on this is 283, the high 286. Yep, the selling is coming in on Home Depot today for sure. What a crazy opening. We're down 587 now in the Dow as it tries to hang around the 600 level. Amazon is launching drone delivery service in California. Okay. And Boeing and Salesforce Inc. share losses lead to Dow's 561-point fall. Headlines coming through. We're live from Vienna. It might not look like it. It's kind of dark in here. We've drawn the curtains because the sun is just blaring in, and it's going to be in the 80s today. It's going to be very hot, and we didn't want the hotel room to overbake. But we're in downtown, Old Town Vienna, and it is a stunning place. We really are finding it amazing, Jen and I. I took a couple of photos this morning of just this area here. Let's see if I can do these any justice at all. See if I can show you. This is just from our hotel room. This is literally looking out to our neighbor here off to the one side. This was at one time was a church, but is no longer operating as a church. But it seems to be some kind of a athletic thing or something. I'm not sure quite what this is. These are the kind of buildings that you can't tear down in Vienna. You can't mess with these. Like here's another one here. This one is kind of beside the church there. And I mean, you don't see this in your hometown, do you? These kinds of buildings? I mean, my goodness. I mean, this is a 3-story tall building, okay? 3-story. Yeah, right. Each of those floors is 25 feet high. I mean, that's like 8-story tall. And then there's a dome behind it. Look at this thing over here. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I don't know what this was or what it is. I have no idea. And then here's another building just off to the side from our hotel here. They don't build them like this. They don't make them like this anymore. Wow. It just, I mean, these down here in Vienna, these are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. They're just, after a while, you just don't get impressed with them anymore. It's just crazy. It's absolutely beautiful. I took a shot just down the street from that building to sort of zoom in on this cream-colored building because I saw those statues on the second and third floor. I don't know if you can see those. Hang on, let me see if I can zoom in here. There's a couple of statues near the roof there. And just a couple of whatever they were. I don't know who they were, what they were. I can't say. Yeah, just another typical day in Vienna. Unbelievable. This morning we had ordered some room service to get some breakfast, and the hotel apologized to us. We ordered just like a boiled egg and a couple of buns, and nothing serious. It was supposed to be here in like 15 minutes, and it took more like 25, 30 minutes. And the door, knock on the door, and here's a young man holding a tray with this food. So, come on in, put it down. And he apologized. He said, I'm so sorry. We're much too far behind. This order took much too long. It's on the house. It's no charge whatsoever. I said, well, can I give you a tip? He says, doesn't deserve a tip. I thought, does that happen to you guys when you stay at the Holiday Inn Express? That they come to you and say, oh, sorry about taking an hour to get you your burger. It's on the house. Does that ever happen to you at at your hotel where you live? Apparently here in Vienna, that's kind of, well, let's put it this way. At this hotel, that's par for the course. So we're quite happy. In any event, there you go. Welcome one and all. What else is going on here? I'm waking up to 180, says that. H. Gregory, sold my SPY put a tad early on Friday. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I've written 14 GameStop 152.5s at $3.99. They're now trading for $2.50 to $3.60. Cover or wait? I'd put in a stink bid lower than that, just in case you get lucky. Right now, I see the stock at 117.52. So, why don't you put in a stink at like 161, something like that, and see if you can score almost half your dough. What's wrong with that? Michael, all they do is leave the light on. They don't do anything for me. We'll leave the light on for you. Exactly. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty classy thing, Yeah, it's no charge. There's no gratuity required. We are sorry. We apologize. Well, now it's so grown up around here. I don't know how I can handle it. Pick'em SoFi is going down because a no vote on the reverse split. You think, Uncle Bruce? Do you think that's what I don't know if a no vote will make the stock go down. Maybe a no vote will make the stock go up. We haven't heard the vote, have we? I don't think we have had it. We had a lot of people discuss this idea of a no vote, but 542, we're down 53. It sure is a bargain, I'll tell you that. Did the no pass? Says Michael. Again, I don't know about the vote. I don't know if that's gone through yet or if that's still being conducted. I haven't got a clue. If anyone knows, you let me know out there, folks. 118.86 on GameStop. Between 118.80 and 119 now is where we seem to be hanging around on GameStop. The Dow is off 592. We're not getting any serious comeback. As a matter of fact, we're now down 611 on the Dow, 611 points. So more selling seems to be coming in. We're off on the other indexes as well. 100 points now on S&P, and we're off 358 on NASDAQ now. 358 points, down 3.16%. So yeah, it's downhill. 118.09, 118.20 on GameStop, down 1089. And we could drop another 4 or 5 today. We could drop down to 110. It could happen. I just don't know. But there's obviously selling pressure coming in. Pickcomb, I just suspect insider knowledge. Ron, no vote yet. Michael, the whole market is down though. DH Ruda, they announced SoFi split results at annual meeting June 14ish. I think you're right. Yeah, it might still be open for the vote, as far as I know. Michael, Noto alone can't outvote this channel, so if they want to pass it, they will. Well, we'll see. 118.62 on GameStop. DH says July. That's when the vote's going to be released. That's when we'll know the results. Okay. Well, it's June 13th, everybody. I hope you're doing okay. The Dow off 611 points at the moment. Now, Matterport 383 down 35.5 cents. Smart Rent down 13.503. SoFi 544 down 50. Spire 141 down 8.5 cents. GameStop 118.36. We got AMC 1136. ATIP Physical Therapy 189.5 down 10.5 cents. Rocket Lab down 21 cents to $4. Xterra down 74 cents. 12.76. ME 215.5 down 5.5. Pfizer down $1.33 to 48.64. HPQ 34.36 down 91 cents. HPQ is now trading at a PE multiple 6.15. That's what it's trading at right now. Twitter down $1.60. We got HD Home Depot down to 283.89. It's off 535. Carvana down $1.86 to 2015. Hood Robinhood down 68 to 712. Vanik down 807. IBM up 2 cents. Microsoft down 503. Apple down 196. Goldman down 188. Cisco down 17. Facebook or Meta per platforms down 572. Amazon down 367. Tesla down $35. Google down $48. There you go. and we're down 576 on the Dow Jones right here and right now. There is the latest from the markets. Most interesting. Okay. Cryptocurrencies under pressure today too. We noticed that this morning. We also noticed there were some headlines coming out about, there was something about one of the what was it? One of the largest trading outfits that calls that you turns crypto into cash into crypto. Apparently, they were not able to convert crypto into cash this morning or something like that. I don't pay attention to this kind of stuff because I've never believed in this stuff, this crypto. I don't buy the notion that this is a way to avoid inflation or avoid government regulation or anything. Don't buy any of this crap. I think that every transaction on crypto can be traced by whoever wants to trace it, in particular, the IRS. I don't think there's any way to ultimately be able to trade this stuff without being figured out. And today, if there truly are liquidation problems, this is then the tip of the iceberg of the end of the credibility of crypto. I really have a tough time believing crypto is going to be a long-term viable thing. But look, I'm an old guy, okay? I'm old school, and it's a digital thing, and I guess as long as digital is okay, it'll work. But I worry about the manipulation of the digital markets by sinister governments, sinister ne'er-do-wells, robotic bot scam machines eventually that will really come out. I think there will be eventually an artificial intelligence spam network that will be run by whoever, and it's going to be ugly. And I just don't want all my chips in that basket. I just don't. Which I find interesting because in Europe, I'll mention this here it was in Berlin, Hamburg, Dortmund, Munich, and here. When you go out and you want to buy something, you can use a debit card, you can use a credit card, or you can use cash, of course. But I was amazed at how much cash is still used here compared to North America. Really, I'm actually really impressed by it because I'm looking at young 20 and 30 something year olds who you would think would be completely digitized and wouldn't even think of having cash on them. Like in Canada, my daughter, 33, I don't think she has any cash on her any time. Like she might have a $5 bill or something, but it's all debit credit. Anyway, here it's phenomenal how much cash is still used. So we were at a cafe the other night. We were at a restaurant the other night and went to a cafe, and the waiter and at both places, they have on their hips these leather purse is the wrong word, but it's European, on a chain that slips into a leather holder like a holster for a gun. And if you want to you pay your bill, you just mention show off this, and they come over and they grab their phones because they take your order from you on their cell phones, and they tally it up on the phone, and they'll show the phone and they'll say your bill is 37 euros or something like that. And I'm amazed at how many patrons of these restaurants pay in cash. It's really something. But I look at it and I go, you know what? If you want to remain anonymous, that's the way to do it. You pay in cash. If you're going to pay with a debit card or a credit card, you are in the network. And anyone who has access to this info, and it's like anyone who pays enough has access to this info, they can track your every move, every transaction. And you're comfortable with that? Okay, that's more power to you. But I'm old school, and I find that to be just a surrender to the thing, to the whatever, to the machine, and I just have a problem with it. But anyway, crypto is an absolute surrender to something you have no power over. And what was it? Bitcoin was off $3,300 a token this morning to 24,000 or 27,000. Yuck. It's gone from 60 down to here. Not good. Blair, I believe in Charles Hodgkinson from Colorado, 88, and the whole project in Africa that he has. It's taking time for sure until he gets bigger. I don't know what that means. We're down 612 on the Dow right now. We've got Spire at 139. We got SoFi at 544. We have GameStop at 118.27 down to 117.96. We seem to be in this general vicinity around the 118 mark right now. The low of the day, 116.26 for GameStop. The high, 124.57. So we've really only traded in an $8 something window from between low and high. But most of this trading has been under 120 today. Right now, 117.45. And that puts us $1.20 or so away from the low of the day right now. So another wave seems to be coming in, a sell wave. We have GameStop volume now of 910,000 shares, and we're off 1164 to 117.44. There you go. Interesting developments in today's wild and wacky market. Thank you all for being here, saying hi to Jen and I from wherever you are in the world today. We're in Vienna, Austria. First time for me and Jennifer to be in Austria. And I can tell you, on the train coming in, you're just sitting there and, chugging along, and you're in one stop, you're in Germany, and then half an hour later, train stops again, and you're in Austria. There's no border guard, no security checks, no passport inspections. It's all part of the European Union. All the 27 countries of the EU treat each other the same, so you can travel freely between the countries, no duties, no spot checks for passports, no border guards, no nothing. And the currency is euros. You just use euros everywhere. We're talking convenient. We're talking smart and convenient. It really is good stuff. There's just no surprises. You go to a restaurant, you see the menus outside, and you can look at what they offer and what they're charging and decide for yourself whether you want to go in or not. Very transparent. I love it. I just love this. This is great. Anyway, there you have it. Service is top notch, and people are enjoying themselves. It's so calm here, so relaxed. It's just easy going. The rules of the road are fun. I got to tell you, though, here in Vienna, it's like in Germany. We're on a kind of a boulevard, and just a block away is kind of like two boulevards merging together. I tell you, you got to watch the lights. You really got to pay attention and do what others are doing. Jen and I are generally walking, so we walk with other people and watch all around us what's going on. But they got bike lanes for bikes only. They've got sidewalks for the pedestrians. They have lanes just for the street cars. Then they have lanes for the cars. And I tell you, it's amazing. And the pedestrian rules. Pedestrians have right of way. Pedestrians and bikes sort of have a symbiotic relationship. But yeah, it's really amazing. And the number of people on bicycles, oh my gosh, it's stunning. There are more bikes than cars. I mean, more people get around on bikes than in wheeled transport. Yeah, they do public transit, of course. And below the street is a subway line. So, of course, there are people whizzing by that we don't see. But the number of cars on the road is a minority. It really is something. So the air quality in downtown, old town Vienna, that used to be, we used to be where we are now, would have been inside the old wall of Vienna. The air quality is fantastic. You don't have all this black soot falling down from the sky because of all the diesel buses and trucks. There are no trucks down here unless they're to do with the street, for example, the city of Vienna. Yeah, sure, if there's a garbage truck, fair enough. But these trucks, few of them run on diesel. They're running on like a hybrid system. Many of the buses are full electric, which is also interesting to see and witness. It is the new world around you. It's the new old world. There you go. Here we go. GameStop trying to hang around here. 117.02, 116.83. I see now for a trade. Let's take a look at my biggest iPad for the low trade of the day. Still showing 116.26. We're at 116.69 right now. So we're approaching 40 cents or so, 45 cents away from the low trade of the day on GameStop. There it is. And the rumor out of the Fed this week, the Federal Reserve will announce their latest decision on interest rates, that the Fed will likely stick to a 50 basis points rise, half a percentage point rise in rates this week. But next month, the rumor is 0.75 of a percentage point. We may get more hints to that effect once he has his press conference, I guess, on Wednesday afternoon, day after tomorrow. We'll let you know. 116.35 on GameStop, 115.98 now. GameStop, new low of the day, 115.77 right now on your GameStop. That is the low of the day, 115.77, dropping 115.77.78. So we're going lower, and the Dow's off 700 points, 708 points. We're at the low of the day on the Dow. We're on the low of the day on the S&P, the NASDAQ, and now GameStop. 115.74 is now the low of the day, the next new low of the day. As selling continues to come in on a whole bunch of issues out there, they're not picking on any one of them. They're all down. They're just all down. So for you option writers, your GameStop now down to 115.77 and falling. Keep your eyes. 115.57, another lower low. 15.44, another low. 15.51, another lower low. So there's selling coming in on the GameStop down to the 115.50 range right here, right now. And that's off 13.35 today, approximately, from what I can see here going on. Okay. A company called Celsius sends shockwaves through crypto industry after pausing withdrawals transfers amid extreme market conditions. This is panic selling by crypto players. And what's happening, unfortunately, is there are folks out there with a portion of their wealth in crypto. And they have the stock market over here, crypto over there, other assets over there. And as prices come down and as markets get worse, they start now to lean on the market for cash, or they go to crypto. And they're figuring, well, crypto is the most liquid thing I have. And they're finding out, shockingly, that crypto is not the most liquid thing they've got. It's actually not able to trade on certain platforms all of a sudden. And now they're beginning to realize, well, if I do try to sell my crypto, I have to pay a commish to sell it. And this is taking a bigger chunk of my money out. So not only am I not getting 60,000 a token, I'm not getting 40,000 a token, I'm not even getting 30. I'm down into the 20s. And I can't use this firm or that firm or that firm because of restrictions. I'm now using firm whatever, and their fees are way out of whack. Not a good thing to be happening with crypto at all. 115.11 is the new low on GameStop. 115.11 is the new low trade on GameStop. I'm showing 115.38, 115.45. Volume on GameStop, 1,064,000. 115.37, 27, 115.27. We got selling coming in chunks and chunks and chunks and chunks. We have buying here and there, but now the 115 level is going to be tested for support on GameStop. If this breaks 115, we could be 113 in a hurry. So watch your stink bids. If you've got stink bids that are now within 10 or 20 cents, you might want to lower them because there might be a $2 chunk coming off the stock in a real quick move that might move your contracts 80 cents to $1 lower. Keep an eye on that. Don't get caught paying too much. 114.83. So much for the 115 support level. 114.75 has already been the new low on GameStop. It is getting crushed. 114.45. We just lost 60 cents, 70 cents, just like that. 114.55, 114.35 is the low of the day now on GameStop. 114.31, another new low. Dropping again. There you go, guys. Like I said, this is what's happening. We got a 732-point drop on the Dow. We got Matterport off 41, SmartRent off a dime, SoFi down 55 to 539, Spire down 14.5 to 135.5, GameStop 114.55 to 61. The low of the day, 114.31. We're about to hit another new low from what I see here. This looks weak, weak, and weak. I'm hoping Sixtera will drop a little more. Time to buy back in there, says Vilbus. Duncan, CCL, $10. H. Gregory, do you think, Uncle Bruce, do you think the Fed's rate decision is baked into the market yet? Or do you see a little relief rally after the Fed speaks, or is it a coin flip? Oh, I don't know, my friend. We've got too much speculation going on right now. H. Gregory, I don't know what this means. Oh, Bear Adventures here. Roku, new low. How about that? 115 last trade. 114.31 is the low. 115 is the last indicated trade. We're coming into stock here. Oh man, 748-point drop on the Dow. That I think is near the low of the day here. 122-point drop on S&P. Nasdaq down 421. The Nasdaq is down 3.7%. That's worse. S&P down 3.1. That went worse. The Dow down 2.4, and that backed off too. So the Dow is still only 2/3 of the way where Nasdaq is. So Nasdaq down 425. The Dow should be about 1,100-1,200 points lower to equal the Nasdaq sell-off. Interesting. 114.84 on GameStop. 114.84. About 50 cents away from the low of the day now on GameStop. Okay, now 115.27. So a little pop back and forth and back and forth. It's incredible. It is amazing to see this volume and this trading. Now GameStop volume, 1,130,000. That's not going to hold this market. No way can it hold this market. 114.68. 30 cents or so, 35 cents away from the low of the day. Right again, coming in again for another low. Another low pass might be had here on GameStop as this market continues to get hit. We're down 766 on the Dow right now. And yeah, we're about 20 points away from the low of the day here. 780 something has been the low. We're right near that. Amazing. Everyone watching the sell-off, make sure your stink bids are nice and cheap, nice and stinky. Make them come to you, because they are. There's nowhere else for them to go. 114.51 right now on GameStop. That was within 20 cents of the low. Yeah, within. Now we're showing about 115 again. This could go lower yet. Bama Babe. It's days like today. I'm very busy writing my calls and puts. There you go, Bama Babe. Well done, everybody. Well done, you guys. 114.99 on GameStop. The Dow is down 754. Oh, my. It is what it is, and that's all that it is. Goodness gracious. 763 Dow on the dip on the Dow. Oil down 128, only 128 on the oil. 119.36 is oil in Texas. No recession predicted in the oil market, interestingly. Worries about interest rates and inflation in the stock market, but not yet uniform across the board agreement there's going to be a recession. Not being verified, certainly by the oil market. Absolutely not. Okay. GameStop 115.76 to 116.08. Little dead cat bounce here. We'll see what it's like. Will it hold or not? We'll find out. 747 drop on the Dow Jones. SoFi 541 on SoFi. The low of the day has been 536, a nickel lower. That was about 15 minutes ago. We're now at 541, down 53 cents on SoFi on a volume of 15.7 million. Not a heavy day. Not really a heavy day. Matterport 378, a low of 377, 2.4 million traded. Smart Rent 504, low of the day 494. Come back a dime on 562,000. Spire 135 down 15 cents, low of the day 149. Hang on, that's not right. It can't be. We're 135. Here we go. 135 on Spire right now with the low of 135. Pardon me. This is the low of the day. Just took my phone a while to get this together. GameStop right now 115.75. AMC down $1.30 to 11.13. ATIP at 184. The low is 184. This is the low. We're off 15.9 cents, but it's only 116,000 volume. Rocket Lab 397 down 24 cents. The low of 393. 1.5 million volume on Rocket Lab. Cyxtera down 71 to 1271. ME is actually now what do we got now? Hang on a second. We're down now. We're down 4 cents. 217. We're down as low as 212 just before 10 o'clock today. Got down to 212. We're at 217 on 2 million. That's ME today, hanging in there as much as it seems anyway. The Dow now a little better, 645 point drop instead of 745. GameStop 115.80 to 118.50. That's a quote. That's a bid ask. Is why is a truck 115.30 over here? I don't know. One of you was wrong. You can't both be right. But I think we've come back to 118. I'm just going to double check here. Can't get my iPad to really come around here. 118.56 seems to be the current quote on GameStop, down 645 points. Okay. Mike is saying, if this was a year ago, I'd be in panic mode right now. Now, Coyote, feel bad for those who bought GameStop at 153. Anthony, can't believe Matterport has gone from 376 down to 378. Wow. Oh, $37 to 378. Yeah. I see what you mean. Duncan, I like doing the limbo. Now how low can you go? Anthony, sorry, 378. I'm still shocked with this. H. Gregory, I know, Coyote, I know. Not your daddy, SoFi. Somebody finish burning the markets down, please. Hurry up with that. 606 on the Dow. We've recovered 150 points in about 10 minutes, but it could be just a computer buy program that might lose all of its mustard. We'll see how this plays out. GameStop, I don't know what it's at. 115.73, I think. I can't be any more sure than that. 116.60 maybe. It's all over the place. The Dow now is I'm not sure what it's doing. It's showing down 760. I don't know if that's real. It might be. These quotes are everywhere. It is wacky, guys. Sorry, I can't be more accurate. I'm just looking at Market Watch and a few other quotes. Some of you have level 2. You'll have a better handle on what's really going on out here. But it's crazy. It is just insanity today. Thank you all for your support today. Thank you for all these thumbs ups, guys. Really appreciate it. It's helping. 204 now have come in. Thank you for 204. Keep them coming if you can. That is terrific of all of you to help out with thumbs ups today. Yeah, GameStop 116.23, I think. I think. Yeah, 116.23, and I think the market is down 745 again. I think. It looks like it's down 760, 740. Okay, well, we're up 1.5 cents on 23andMe, 222.5. It might be there. Um, 116.15 on GameStop, approximately down 12.94 or so. We're down 10%. That means SSR, short sale restriction mode, is on GameStop now for the balance of today, all day tomorrow. Same with Matterport, same with SoFi, Spire, AMC, all short sale restricted. I would not be surprised if ATIP is zooming in on it. I think ATIP is about to go. Yeah, it's getting close. It's around 8.5%, 8.25% lower. Rocket Lab, not yet. Sixtera, not yet. ME has been up all day. So 10% drops means no short selling at market, only on upticks. Home Depot down 628 now, 640 down to 282. Nick, it's getting closer. You're coming around, man. You are coming around. Nick, I'm hoping it's happening for you, buddy. Let's see. SSR yet, says Duncan. Anthony, with the company stock dropping so low, does this usually create a lot of companies buying other companies because they're so cheap when the market reaches the bottom and starts to bounce back? Well, companies don't go on a buying spree necessarily unless they are loaded with cash and the target they want is irresistibly cheap. They would rather go to the management of the company and make a deal. So if one company's stock's here, it's dropped a little, but the other company was here, it went down to here, like this company, the board of directors might make an off the record, hi, how are you phone call to the other guys. And then maybe they can compare notes about, would we be better off being one company, two divisions? What can we do? And that's where you have a cordial discussion, or it's a hostile, no, we're not interested, piss off, we don't want to be, we're not interested in being taken over. And company number one might just walk away and go, they're not interested, we're not going to bother. On the other hand, they might go, no, we're going to take these guys over. They might launch a hostile takeover bid on the open market. You never know. Zed, I have GameStop 130s expiring on Friday. I rolled into the contract for 14 bucks. It's now worth 323. Guess we just wait or what? Okay, you got 130 contracts that are now clearly out of the money, which is wonderful. If you look to buy these back, you can. Thanks, Lon Nichols. Thanks, buddy. If you buy these back now around 310, 311, and say, hey, pal, thank you. You want to do some math, though, Zed. Again, I'm not sure of your overall situation. You likely wrote your first contract at, 100, 105, maybe 110, and now you rolled into a 130. And so you've got a gain here of almost not quite 11, but you had a loss on the rollover, right? So you got to figure out the big number now. But and I know, if you don't do anything, you get the remaining 323 because this will die worthless. On the other hand, if you buy it back around here and the shares pop into the 120, 122 range today, just let's say they pop a little bit this afternoon, you might write 125s for next Friday or 130s for 2 Fridays from now. Again, 130s, but you might bring in 10, 11, or 12 bucks. So spend 3-ish, get 11 or 12, add the 900 to your account, give it 2 weeks. Shares want to go to 105 this week. Thank you, you will say. You'll buy them back again. So keep an eye on that, my friend. GameStop 117, 117.86. Nick, I need HD to go below 270. Right on, buddy. Anthony, Matterport just hit the 10% drop. So it too now has got the SSR kicking in. Okay, let's see here. GameStop 116.54. The 114 is the low, and we're at 116.54. So we're coming down again on GameStop as we're jumping around here. 117.91 though. I see 16.97. We're everywhere. Anyway, just folks, don't be surprised if the market does go lower. We're down 734 on the Dow. We're near all-day lows. We're not getting a lot of relief here. We're down 124 on S&P, 450 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is off 4%. S&P is down 3.5 or 3.3, I should say. The Dow off 2.4. So the Dow is still 1.6 points behind NASDAQ, which means NASDAQ is accelerating its losses and it's pulling away from the Dow. It's dropping faster than the Dow is dropping. So Dow is catching up to do. Right now we're down 750 on the Dow Jones. Very interesting pattern here of stock coming up for sale. That's what I see, kids. 117.21 on GameStop. We're about $3 away from the low of the day. That can happen in a minute. We know how this works. We'll see what's going on. 117.05 right now. Yeah, wow. Okay. Ooh, doggy. We got stuff happening out there. Don't we just, kids? Don't we just? Thank you all for joining us today. And thank you for that donation. Was it, who did that again? That was from Lon. Hey, Lon, thank you for that PayPal donation. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. I'll let Jen know. Fantastic. Yuba City, California. Oh, there's some good people there. Very good people in Yuba City, California. Thank you. There's all kinds of great Californians. I got to tell you, man, I love Californians. Texans, Georgians, Floridians. Oh my gosh, we've got friends all over the USA. It's unbelievable. We did our meet and greet in Ontario back in December. That was amazing. I had one person flying from Philadelphia, man. Another couple flew in from Frisco just to see Jen and I on a Saturday afternoon at an Outback Steakhouse in Ontario. It was sweet. We were so happy. We brought gifts for everybody. That was fantastic. That was a good time. Hopefully we can do one again this year. See if we do another one. This time we'll rent the LA Convention Center, and we'll bring 10,000 screaming Stock Markets with Bruce fans in. Put on a light show, Yeah, we'll do it right. Thank you for the 214 thumbs ups, everybody. I love it. 116.15 on GameStop. Thank you, everybody. Light show. Oh man. 223 on the old ME, up 2.5 cents, it looks like. And GameStop jumping around everywhere here. 117.78. I don't know what to believe on the last trade on GameStop. It's just all over the place. 114.30 seems to be the low. 124.50 the high. That's a $10 spread now. And the low was hit just about 15 minutes ago. Is that even accurate? I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but 15, 20 minutes ago, we hit the low of the day on GameStop. So we might do it yet again. Running into stock here. The Dow off 703. Whew, crazy stuff. A busy day for this guy. We're going to say our goodbyes here in a few minutes, and I will see you on this channel at 3 o'clock Eastern today for the final hour today. On my other channel, Stock Markets, my other channel, Traveling with Bruce, probably going to go live over there in roughly about an hour, maybe just short of an hour from now. I'll be there to say hi to those folks and let them know how things are going here. We've got 2 shows to do there. Then I'll get a bit of a break in. Then we'll be back here for the 3 o'clock Eastern time show. So try and join us if you can later this afternoon. Let's see how the carnage goes today. Best wishes from Jen and I on those of you trying to buy back your calls on GameStop. I want to hear about some real success stories today. We'll keep an eye on what's going on here. The soap guys still have not sent us soap, says Nick. Nazareth, GameStop, and AMC on SSR. Not that will matter. Alex, afternoon, all this dip is juicy. More pain to come this week, though, too. It's only Monday. LL is putting the neat emojis up for grabs right there. Gayote, GameStop fighting against the current. Alex, Michael, these days hurt my eyes. What these days? My eyes light up when I see a red day like today. How times have changed. I get all excited. I get excited when we see red everywhere because you can cash in on writing calls. Absolutely, Munimo, loving the dealio. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We've had a long one already. I've been watching this market since goodness gracious, probably midnight your time last night. I'm watching. I need a break too, so we'll stay on top of this market and join me at 3 today, 3 o'clock Eastern, for the final hour. Okay, everybody. W. Walters 219. Why is IBM up when everything else is down? Well, it's got such a good yield. The dividend yield is so good on IBM that it helps protect it against dips. Think about that when you take a look at stocks, yields, dividend yields. That's part of it right there. We're at 117.63, down 11 on GameStop. 117.29 right now, about $3 away from the low of the day. Keep your eye on that. See if it wants to go any lower than that, maybe to 112 or 111. And keep your eye on your calls. Scoop them up, Al. Super cheap prices. You'll get them today or tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see how this market reacts. But I can tell you that even if the GameStop goes back up, those calls that you have out there will not recover. They will stay below where they were yesterday, Friday, last Thursday. They're running out of time. Thanks, everybody, from John Anderson, LL. Good afternoon, everybody. Splair. Good luck to you all today. Exactly. Check with me at 3 this afternoon here for the final hour. It's Bruce and Jen saying, we'll see you later. Best wishes to you all. We'll see you soon from Vienna, Austria.